The limbic system is a set of brain structures located on both sides of the thalamus, immediately beneath the cerebrum. The limbic system supports a variety of functions including emotion, behavior, motivation, long-term memory, and olfaction. However, emotion is its most important. The limbic system is made up of the limbic lobe, the orbitofrontal cortex, a region in the frontal lobe involved in the process of decision-making, the piriform cortex, which is part of the olfactory system, the entorhinal cortex, which is related with memory and associative components, the hippocampus and associated structures, which play a central role in the consolidation of new memories, the fornix, a white matter structure connecting the hippocampus with other brain structures, particularly the mammillary bodies and septal nuclei. The septal nuclei, a set of structures that lie in the front of the lamina terminalis, considered a pleasure zone. The amygdala, located deep within the temporal lobes and related with a number of emotional processes. The nucleus accumbens, involved in reward, pleasure, and addiction. The hypothalamus, a center for the limbic system, connected with the frontal lobes, septal nuclei, and the brainstem reticular formation. It regulates a great number of autonomic processes. The mammillary bodies, part of the hypothalamus that receives signals from the hippocampus via the fornix and projects them to the thalamus. The anterior nuclei of thalamus receive input from the mammillary bodies involved in memory processing. The hippocampus has various processes of cognition. The first is spatial memory. Spatial memory was found to have many subregions in the hippocampus, such as the dentate gyrus and the dorsal hippocampus, the left hippocampus, and the parahippocampal region. Dorsal hippocampus is important for the generation of new neurons in adolescence and adulthood, which makes stronger memory formations. The left hippocampus is involved in the recall of spatial memories. It also helps to bind together bits and pieces of memory composed by all parts of the brain. Damage to the hippocampus has severe effects on overall cognition. The hippocampus also helps with learning. There is an upsurge of new neurons and neural circuits in the hippocampus as a result of training, causing an overall improvement in the learning of the task. The amygdala is also involved in many cognitive processes. It impacts memory, but rather than spatial memory like the hippocampus, it affects episodic autobiographical memory networks. It encodes, stores, and retrieves EMA memories. The amygdala is also important in attentional emotional processes. It helps an organism to define a stimulus and then respond to it accordingly. Granule cells are created. Without these cells, there is a low emotional functioning. Social processing is specific to the amygdala. It plays a key role in the evaluation of faces, evaluating trustworthiness of an individual, and creating first impression.